I used to believe marriages were unbreakable if love was strong enough. My husband had given me everything: his loyalty, his devotion, his respect. He was the kind of man women prayed for. And yet, in a moment of selfishness and weakness, I betrayed him. It wasn't planned. It wasn't even about love. It was a reckless choice I believed I could keep hidden. But secrets have a way of clawing their way into the light. And when mine surfaced, it didn't arrive with shouting or chaos. It came with silence. His silence. And that silence was more destructive than any rage could have been. When he discovered the truth, I braced myself for an outburst. I expected yelling, maybe shattered plates or accusations thrown across the room. But none of that happened. He simply stood there, staring at me with eyes that once held warmth, but now carried only emptiness. He didn't ask for details, didn't demand explanations, didn't fight. He said nothing, and that nothing hurt more than any insult. His silence was cold, sharp, and final, as if he had already decided I was no longer worthy of his words. Living with him after that became unbearable, but it was a punishment I knew I deserved. We still shared the same house, the same meals, the same routines, but the soul of our marriage was gone. He no longer kissed me in the mornings, no longer reached for my hand when we walked, no longer looked at me the way he once had. It felt like living with a stranger, a man who knew me better than anyone, yet refused to acknowledge my presence. Nights were the hardest. Lying in the same bed, I could feel the distance in his body. He turned his back to me every time, stiff and unyielding, refusing to let me close. I tried everything to break through his wall. I cooked his favorite meals, left small notes filled with apologies, and even dressed the way I knew once made his eyes light up. But nothing worked. He ate in silence, threw the notes away without reading them, and looked straight past me as if I didn't exist. I begged him to talk, cried at his feet, even screamed in frustration. But the silence stayed, and in that silence, I understood something. He wasn't punishing me. He was protecting himself. He was preserving what little strength he had left by cutting me off emotionally. In public, he played the role of the perfect husband flawlessly. Friends and family suspected nothing. He smiled, made polite conversation, and carried himself as though everything was fine. But behind closed doors, he became a shadow of himself, distant, detached, unreachable. That contrast broke me even more. To the world, we were still us. In reality, I was already alone. He was gone, and I was the one who had pushed him away. What hurt the most wasn't the loss of touch or intimacy. It was the absence of his eyes. He used to look at me like I was his entire world, like no one else existed. But now, when his eyes meet mine, they are hollow, stripped of love, stripped of anger, completely empty. And emptiness is far crueler than hatred. Hatred still carries emotion. Emptiness is the proof that what we once shared is truly gone. Sometimes I wished he would yell, curse, or slam the door. Anger would have given me hope that somewhere inside he still cared enough to feel something. But his calm detachment told me the truth. He wasn't trying to punish me anymore. He had simply detached himself entirely. And that terrified me more than anything, because it meant that no matter how much I begged, cried, or promised to change, there was no way back. He had already walked away in his heart. I began drowning in my own guilt. Every time I saw him, I remembered the man who once adored me, the man who trusted me with his soul. Then I remembered how I threw it all away for nothing, for a meaningless moment that destroyed a lifetime. I realized I didn't just cheat on him. I cheated myself out of happiness, out of love, out of everything that mattered. Now there is nothing left but the ruins of my mistake. Every morning I wake up hoping for a miracle, hoping he'll look at me the way he once did, or kiss me just once more. But it never happens. He moves through his life quietly while I carry the crushing weight of what I've done. I destroyed us, and now he treats me like a stranger in the very home we built together. I thought I could live with the guilt, but his silence is worse than any punishment I ever imagined. And the cruelest part is that he doesn't have to lift a finger to make me suffer. His refusal to kiss me, to speak to me, to touch me, that is my eternal punishment. I cheated once, but I am paying for it every single day. And deep down, I know I will never earn back what I lost.